Biography of the famous actor Mario Casas. Mario Casas is a Spanish film actor who primarily films in his native country, although he also has experience collaborating with foreign, European and American, companies. Today he is one of the most popular artists in Spain. Projects with his participation invariably arouse public interest. Childhood and youth. Casas was born in the Spanish city of La Coruña in the family of a builder and a housewife. His parents, besides the eldest Mario, have 4 more children. Sister Sheila is pursuing a career in law. Christian and Oscar followed in their older brother's footsteps and also became actors. Due to his age, the youngest brother Daniel has not yet decided on his future profession. Initially, Mario didn't even think about cinema. When Casas was little, he was drawn to the heroic professions of firefighter and policeman. And at the age of 7, the boy declared that he would become a football player, even went to the sports section of the main club of the city, Deportivo. But after the family moved to the suburbs of Barcelona, the young man stopped playing football. Casas received an art education at school. In high school, the young man was invited to appear in commercials, and he gained his first experience working with a camera. Seeing new prospects for himself, at the age of 18 he moved to Madrid and entered the acting school of Cristina Rota. Photos of the young artist ended up in film studios, after which he began acting in big movies. In his youth, Mario acted only in television series. Viewers watched the performance of an actor with a model appearance, height 180 centimeters, weight 79 kilograms, in the project's Personal Motives, Paco and His People, and many others. Most of them went exclusively in Spain and are unknown outside this country. The first work that went abroad was the melodrama Summer Rain, by Antonio Banderas, where the actor played one of 4 teenage friends. The high-profile project was followed by a leading role in the youth drama Sex, Parties and Lies. The film touched on the theme of growing up youth who do not want to part with a carefree life. After a series of short films in 2010, there was a breakthrough in Casas' creative biography. First, the film 3 Meters Above the Sky was released, for which Mario received a number of film awards. In Spain, the rating of the film turned out to be high, so it was decided to release the second part entitled 3 Meters Above the Sky, I Want You. This was followed by the filming of the scandalous tragicomedy of underground director Paco Cabezas' Neon Flesh. The film resonated due to its social themes and a surprising difference in the opinions of film critics. Neon Flesh was called both bad taste and a masterpiece. With these works, Mario attracted attention, so it is not surprising that he was cast in the main role in the large-scale post-apocalyptic series The Ark. At the same time, the actor managed to star in one of the highest-grossing Spanish films of recent years, the comedy horror film The Witches of Sugarramurdi. The plot touched on the theme of the Spanish myth about the existence of cities of Basque witches, one of which is where the heroes of the film end up, bank robbers fleeing from the police. In 2012, the artist appeared in the leading role in the police thriller Group 7, where he played a young police officer who first encountered injustice in the internal system. The film caused a furore among film critics and was nominated in 16 categories at the Goya Film Awards. At the same time, the actor's filmography expanded to one more work, the main role in the comedy melodrama The Mule, about the relationship of a young couple that unfolds against the backdrop of the Civil War. The artist almost always gets leading roles in box office projects, including the crime thriller Thoreau, the detective story The Invisible Guest, the horror film Wild Story, and the drama In the Clothing of a Wolf. The star claims that horror is his favorite genre, which he proves with the list of his works. In 2019, the premiere of a new project with the participation of Mario took place, the series Attraction. In the film, he played the main role, appearing before the audience in the role of a hero lover. Casas' younger brother Oscar also appeared among the performers. He played a guy with autism. Before the start of the show, the actor visited Russia and amazed fans with a new look with a beard. Casas gave a detailed interview to host Regina Todorenko. He spoke about the features of filming. Mario has many explicit scenes in the film, but the artist managed to overcome the discomfort and acted without doubles. According to him, some shots were so hot that the director subsequently cut him out during editing. Another premiere of 2019 with the participation of Casas is the dramatic thriller Farewell, in which the artist played one of the central characters. His hero Juan Santos lost his daughter and, together with police inspector Eli, is trying to find her killers in order to take revenge. Personal life. Casas stated in an interview that he is quite mature to start a family and dreams that he will have at least 3 children. But for the actor it is important that the wife is not just a sensitive and gentle woman, but one who can accept the unusual traditions of the inhabitants of the province of Galicia, because the man sacredly honors all family customs. Casas often has affairs on the set. So, while working on one of the first series, Dream Without Fear, the actor began dating the rising star Erika Sanz, then his attention turned to Amaya Salamanca. Then Mario fell in love with Maria Valverde, his partner in the film 3 Meters Above the Sky, and the melodrama The Mule. The lovers dated throughout 2014, but the relationship did not lead anywhere. Later there were rumors that Mario had changes in his personal life. He was in a close relationship with Clara Lago, a new actress in the second part of the melodrama 3 Meters Above the Sky. I Want You. During the filming of the film Palm Trees in the Snow, Casas began an affair with his partner, actress of Ukrainian-Ethiopian origin Berta Vasquez. The young people dated for 2 years, but the wedding never took place. In 2016, they broke off their relationship without commenting on the reasons for the separation. Probably, Mario once again turned his attention to a new girl, Spanish model Daliana Arequin, with whom he starred in a Christmas advertising campaign for the Springfield fashion brand. However, this romance was not officially confirmed. In March 2018, the place of the official girlfriend of the Spanish heartthrob was taken by Blanca Suarez, whom the artist met on the set of the film Arc. The lovers did not appear together in public and did not give interviews. According to rumors, the relationship ended in the fall of 2019. According to other sources, Casas and Suarez are simply hiding their relationship from the annoying media and are still together. Rumors also connect Mario with Deborah Francois, his co-star in the film The Intern. When communicating with journalists, Casas avoids the topic of his personal life. Mario actively uses social networks, especially Instagram, to promote his projects. On her account, the celebrity posts photos dedicated to work moments and upcoming filming. Sometimes posts appear there that are related to the actor's personal life. Mario Casas now Mario continues to confidently move to the top of the cinematic Olympus of Spain. In 2020, fans could see the artist in leading roles in the films The Trainee and Walk the Line. In the erotic thriller Walk the Line, the actor played the role of an ordinary guy, Danny, who decided to go on a trip around the world. A meeting with Mila on the eve of the trip promises to make his life even brighter. But reality turns into a nightmare. Mario's colleagues on the set were Elizabeth Larina, Joaquin Casas, Fernando Valdivieso. In The Intern, the artist played a former ambulance worker who was confined to a wheelchair after an accident. A young man becomes jealous of his beloved, Deborah Francois, and becomes obsessed with thoughts of her infidelity, turning family life into hell. Filmography: 2006 Summer Rain, 2010 3 Meters Above the Sky, 2011 Neon Flesh, 2011 to 2013 Arc, 2012 3 Meters Above the Sky, I Want You, 2012 Group 7, 2013 Witches from Sugarramurdi, 2013 Ismail, 2015 Palms in the Snow, 2016 Invisible Guest, 2017 Wild Story, 2019 Attraction, 2019 Farewell, 2020 Occupier, 2020 Cross the Line, 2020 Trainee. Interesting facts. Casas has a tradition of getting tattoos on his body after each role he plays. After the series, Attraction, he had a new image with the caption, "Sex is an art." In his free time from work, Mario prefers to go to clubs with friends and loves to dance salsa, bachata and even flamenco. In a busy schedule, the celebrity finds time to study English, which is necessary to advance in his career. The artist is an ambassador of the Springfield brand and regularly appears in fashion videos for new collections. Casas also represents the men's Octo and B01 collections of the BVL Gary Jewelry Company in Spain and Latin America. In 2020, Casas, together with Antonio Banderas, starred in an advertisement for the Icon perfume from the Antonio Banderas brand. The music for the video was recorded by Tim Myers. Mario Casas and Maria Valverde, a love story. Melodrama is a genre in cinema that has always attracted and will be of interest to millions of people. It is relevant because some people see their own life situations in such films, while others simply empathize with the main characters. As long as a person has a particle of compassion in his soul, he remains alive. These are the conclusions of sages and philosophers who know how the world works. Film directors believe that if their films cause emotional outbursts in people, tears or a lump in the throat, then all the work was not done in vain. Romantic stories in which there is room for both smiles and tears are a special case. Such stories are interesting to both young audiences and older people. 7 years ago, the film 3 Meters Above Sky, starring Mario Casas and Maria Valverde, was released in wide release, and it immediately created a sensation. Directed by up-and-coming Spanish director Fernando González Molina based on the book by Federico Mocha, the film broke all imaginable records on its first day of release in its homeland, collecting about €1 million at the box office, and €10 million in a month. A few words about the film. According to the plot of the film, a young guy who cannot imagine his life without night racing on a motorcycle and reckless pastime, falls in love with a girl with good manners and already definite plans for the future. The young people in the film adaptation are played by Mario Casas and Maria Valverde. It is worth saying that he is a rebel named Hugo Achi, and she is a well-mannered girl named Bubby. From a classical point of view, such a plot is simply ideal. Events develop rapidly, the girl falls in love with a rebel and goes against the persuasion of her mother, who is categorically against this relationship. This story of Romeo and Juliet, remade for the millionth time in a modern manner, still excites the hearts of young people and touches the souls of those who are much older. The viewer always hopes for a happy ending, but everything turns out exactly the opposite. Everyone, without exception, wanted Mario Casas and Maria Valverde to remain together on screen, but the author of the book had a different idea. The story told by the actors in the film adaptation was projected onto real life. Disappointed by the ending, but by no means by the film itself, fans of 3 Meters Above the Sky began to wait for the continuation of their favorite story. Considering the youth and beauty of both main characters in the film, many began to unwittingly project the story told in the plot of the film onto life. In some interviews, journalists directly asked Mario Casas and Maria Valverde about their relationship outside the filming process. The young people constantly laughed it off, answering that they were connected only by friendship. Later it became known that already during the work on the film, a romantic relationship began between them. It is worth recalling that the directorial work of Fernando González Molina was released in 2010. Casas was quite secretive at that time and tried to keep everything secret, but, as you know, you cannot hide anything from the paparazzi for very long. In 2011, the whole world learned that the Spanish handsome man was in love with his film partner, and everything was serious with them. Will there be a wedding? After the relationship of the famous Spanish couple, actor Mario Casas and Maria Valverde, became public, young people stopped hiding the obvious and hiding from human eyes. They spent a lot of time together, trying to devote every free minute to each other. The joint celebration of the New Year 2012, the Christmas holidays spent together and quiet family gatherings with Casas' closest people. All this contributed to the birth of a huge number of rumors, plausible and not very plausible. Many thought that the wedding of Mario Casas and Maria Valverde was just around the corner, but the young people kept the intrigue and did not reveal their plans for life. By the way, despite Casas's secrecy regarding his person, he takes great pleasure in sharing stories about his family with journalists. Repeatedly in his interviews, the young man mentioned his boundless love for all his loved ones, but he always especially noted his mother. The actor says that it was only thanks to her that he grew into who he is now. Although she notes that her mother is a rather strict and demanding person. I would also like to say that Casas has tattoos on his body that have a completely understandable meaning. For example, the names of his brothers are engraved on both of his hands. By the way, the age difference between Mario Casas and his younger brother is more than 20 years. Are Mario Casas and Maria Valverde expecting a baby? After several years of cloudless relationships between the beloved actors, fans began to pay closer attention to the famous couple and saw Maria Valverde's noticeably rounded belly in one photo taken by another paparazzi. Another wave of hype hit the young couple of actors with furious force. It was even rumored that the wedding of Mario Casas and Maria Valverde had already been celebrated in secret or that this significant event was about to happen. However, the information regarding the actor's pregnancy and marriage turned out to be fake. Moreover, a year after rumors about the pregnancy of the movie Bubby, it became known that the couple broke up completely, and Mario Casas became interested in his next film partner. Many fans of the film, which, by the way, has a sequel, where Acha has a completely different girl, still cannot come to terms with the fact that Mario Casas and Maria Valverde broke up. Apparently, this is the same case when a movie hero, in the opinion of others, fully corresponds to the life and character of the actor. But, as Casas himself states, he is not a hooligan or rowdy at all, but an ordinary home guy who loves to spend quiet family evenings among his family and loved ones. Few people know, but the young and successful Spanish actor prefers to spend his free time in a quiet and cozy bar 5 minutes from his parents' house, and he is not interested in social parties with pathos and glitter. Casas dreams of conquering Hollywood, and for this he is intensively studying English. He admits that he is still far from perfect command of the language, but strives for this, devoting a significant part of his free time to learning. Biography of Maria Valverde. Maria Valverde Rodriguez is a Spanish actress who is a shining example of people who, no matter what, boldly pursue their dreams and achieve their goals. Today the world knows about her as one of the most popular performers representing Spanish cinema. Childhood and youth. Maria was born in the capital of Spain on March 24, 1987. Her childhood also passed in Madrid, or rather in the Carabanchel area. Relatively close to Valverde's house there was a drama theatre and a famous prison for political prisoners. In the girl's family, in which she was the only child, everyone had a direct connection to creativity. My father was engaged in painting, and my mother received an education in modern sculpture. Maria's grandfather, who became a very close person to her, headed one of the local theaters. The girl spent a lot of time behind the scenes, watching the rehearsals of the artists, the work of the makeup artists and lighting technicians. This magical world fascinated her so much that she wanted to become an actress very early. Valverde made her debut on stage at the age of 10. As she grew older, a rebellious spirit was born in her, which she began to transfer to her stage roles. Maria spent every summer in Guadalajara, where young people staged impromptu performances, so as a teenager she gained considerable experience in impersonating various characters. The girl studied acting in several Madrid studios and synthesized the knowledge she gained to find her own style in art. It is worth noting that as a teenager she was very passionate about modern musicians, especially Kurt Cobain and his group Nirvana, as well as the work of Canadian singer Nelly Furtado. True, the main love of the native of the Spanish capital has always been cinema. She spent long hours in front of the screen, knew the plots of many films by heart and caught every movement, gesture and change in facial expressions of her favorite performers. Films with Maria Valverde. Valverde's dream came true when she turned 16 years old. She took part in the creation of the social drama The Weakness of the Bolshevik, and, together with Luis Tosar, formed an amazing duet. The very first role brought Maria the most honorable Spanish Film Award Goya, as the Best Beginning Actress. This success was followed by the erotic melodrama Melissa, an intimate diary, based on the scandalous novel by Italian writer Melissa Panarello, Comb Your Hair 100 Times Before Going to Bed. For filming, the young actress went to Italy and played a teenage girl just beginning to discover her sexuality. Interestingly, Charlie Chaplin's daughter Geraldine Chaplin collaborated with her, appearing as the grandmother of the main character. The role of Melissa changed my life. I had to give up many familiar things. It was a huge step forward, a step of a mature person. It was incredibly difficult for me on set because I lacked professionalism and strong character. But I did it. And everything that doesn't kill us makes us stronger, shared Maria Valverde. Then the saga The Borgias appeared in the artist's cinematic biography, where she got the image of Lucrezia Borgia, the eldest daughter of Rodrigo, better known as Pope Alexander VI. Director Antonio Hernandez received the Yoga Awards in the Special Mention category for his work. In 2008, Valverde appeared in the drama The Anarchist's Wife. She was accompanied by Juan Diego Botto and Alba Barragan. The film subsequently won a number of awards, including the Munich Film Festival Prize in the Best Film category. A year later, the Spanish cinema star appeared alongside Eva Green in the film Cracks, a film adaptation of Sheila Kohler's work of the same name. The adaptation of the novel was nominated for the Women Film Critics Circle Awards, but the winner in the Best Movie About Women category was Tate Taylor's The Help. Russian viewers learned about Maria after the release of the melodrama 3 Meters Above the Sky, 2010, the literary synopsis of which was the book 3 Meters Above the Sky, by Federico Mocha. The main role, along with Valverde, was played by Mario Casas. After some time, the same duo returned to work on the sequel to the film, released under the title 3 Meters Above the Sky. I Want You, based on Mocha's work I Want You. The film was nominated for a Goya Award for Best Adapted Screenplay. In 2014, Maria Valverde appeared in Ridley Scott's film Exodus, Kings and Gods, a film interpretation of the biblical story about the exodus of the Jews from Egypt. It is worth noting that the brainchild of the cult director was banned from showing in Egypt and the UAE due to historical inaccuracies. In 2018, the performer was entrusted with a minor character in the thriller Galveston. The plot is based on the novel of the same name by writer Nick Pizzolatto. The director of the project, Melanie Laurent, was among the nominees for the Philadelphia Film Festival and the South by Southwest Film Festival, but it did not come to awards. Personal life. Not much is known about Maria's personal life. When she met Mario Casas on the set of the melodrama 3 Meters Above the Sky, in 2010, their on-screen love stepped into real life. Valverde and Casas began dating. In each interview, the star turned the conversation to her lover, calling him a fantastic man and a person without flaws. All fans of Spanish cinema understood that the couple's wedding was just around the corner. There were even rumors that the celebrity gave birth to a child from her future husband. Therefore, when in the fall of 2014, the actress announced that she and Mario had broken up, such news had a stunning effect on the public. Maria did not comment specifically on the situation or report the reasons for the breakup, but clarified that she still has respect for her former chosen one, although she treats her as a stranger. Later it became known that Casas began dating Berta Vázquez, but their relationship also began to crack after a while. And Valverde's husband was conductor Gustavo Dudamel. The couple got married in February 2017 in Las Vegas. By the way, the musician has a son Martin from his first marriage to Eloise Mataran. Maria Valverde Now Valverde is trying his hand at directing. At the end of May 2023, at the Documentary Film Festival in Barcelona, Maria and her team received the Public Pitch Award from Antaviana Films for their film The Song of Hands. Photos from the filming appeared on the actress's pages on social networks. Filmography: 2003 The Weakness of the Bolshevik, 2005, Melissa, An Intimate Diary, 2006, Borgia, 2007, Sandman, 2008, The Anarchist's Wife, 2009, Cracks, 2010, 3 Meters Above the Sky, 2012 3 Meters Above the Sky. I Want You, 2014, Exodus, Kings and Gods, 2016, Ali and Nino, 2017, Return to Burgundy, 2018, Galveston, 2019, In the Web of Lies, 2021, Rescue Distance, 2021 We Were Songs. Interesting fact: since birth, the star has suffered from a disease called celiac disease, that is, her body cannot tolerate foods containing gluten. The celebrity is sure that it was this allergy that made her as responsible and disciplined as she is today. Maria Valverde's favorite books are The Eagle's Pupil, by Violeta Parra, and The Catcher in the Rye, by Jerome Salinger. The artist prefers hip-hop and rock music, and her idols are Red Hot Chili Peppers, Nelly Furtado and El Chojin. Interesting facts about the film 3 Meters Above the Sky. The incredible love story of a good girl and a rebel guy, 3 meters at sky level, became a real hit. Girls all over the world watched this movie to their heart's content. And we decided that it's time to tell you all the most interesting things about this picture. 3 Meters Above the Sky is a film adaptation of the novel by Italian writer and director Federico Moccia. Previously, this novel was filmed by Italian directors, but it was not so successful. According to the book, the main character's name was Stefano Mancini, and what was stolen from Babby's house was not a family necklace, as in the film, but a ring. The main character Hash, played by Spanish actor Mario Casas, has become a real sex symbol. His portraits hung on the walls of all the girls' rooms. He can also be seen in the TV series, Ark, the films, Paco and His Men, and SMS. The film was directed by Fernando González Molina. This is his third collaboration with actor Mario Casas, after the films Paco and His Men, and Brain Drain. In the first weeks of release, the film collected €2 million. An unprecedented success for Spanish cinema. Mario Casas and Maria Valverde began dating not only on the set, but also in real life. They are still considered one of the most beautiful couples in cinema. Filming took place from May 10 to July 7, 2010 in Barcelona and Girona. During the scene in the club, the actors had a hard time, because a huge number of fans came to watch it, and, as Maria Valverde said, the fans even managed to tear Mario's t-shirt. There is a real bridge with the inscription "You are my happiness," 3 meters above the sky. It is located at 117 Avinguda de Valcarca, Barcelona, Spain. The courthouse that Hash emerges from at the very beginning of the film is actually a post office. And the racing scene was filmed in the port of Barcelona. The observation deck where the main characters kiss in one of the scenes is one of the most popular tourist spots in Barcelona, Bunker El Carmel. The film was nominated for a Goya Award for Best Adapted Screenplay. On June 22, 2012, the premiere of the sequel to the film, 3 Meters Above the Sky. I Want You, in which lovers separate. The story continues in the book in the third part. Maria Valverde is currently married to conductor Gustavo Dudamel. Biography. Gustavo Dudamel is a musician and conductor who has achieved success in the professional community and among audiences around the world. He directed the Gothenburg Symphony Orchestra and the Los Angeles Philharmonic. Violinist and artistic director of the orchestra Simon Bolivar personifies new trends in the symphonic direction with his creativity. Childhood and youth. The full name of the Venezuelan conductor is Gustavo Adolfo Dudamel Ramirez. He was born in the town of Barquisimeto, located in Venezuela, on January 26, 1981. The boy was interested in music since childhood. It is not surprising that his biography is connected specifically with her, because Dudamel's father was a professional trombonist and played in several bands. Mother worked as a vocal teacher. Gustavo received his first professional skills thanks to the Venezuelan education system Sistema, within which 125 youth orchestras are supported. More than 250,000 children became students of the project. At the age of 10, the young man mastered the violin and became interested in composition. He received his specialized education at the Jacinto Lara Conservatory, and then entered the Latin American Violin Academy. Since 1995, mentor Rodolfo Saglimbeni began preparing his ward for the role of orchestra conductor. The young man's second teacher turned out to be José Antonio Abreu. He consciously approached the development of his students' conducting talent. By 1999, Gustavo became the musical director of the Simon Bolivar Youth Orchestra. The artist regularly participated in creative competitions and became their laureate. Among the prestigious prizes in Dudamel's collection was the first prize of the International Gustav Mahler competition. Personal life. Gustavo Dudamel was married 2 times. The wedding with his first wife, longtime friend Eloise Materan, took place in 2006 in Caracas. The musician's chosen one was a dancer and journalist. The fruit of the couple's love was their son Martin. Despite having a child, the personal life of the artists did not go well. They lived together for 9 years, and divorced in 2015. The conductor's second wife was the Spanish actress Maria Valverde, known for the film 3 Meters Above the Sky. The secret wedding of the lovers took place in 2017 in Las Vegas, a year after they met. In 2018, Gustavo received Spanish citizenship. The musician maintains personal accounts on social networks. On verified profiles on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram, the man regularly publishes new posts and uploads photos. The artist's height is 170 centimeters and weight is 82 kilograms. Music. Starting to tour with the Venezuelan Youth Orchestra, Gustavo visited many cities and countries. In 2002, he took part in Charles Duthoit's master class in Buenos Aires, and a year later he assisted Simon Rattle in Salzburg and Berlin. Gustavo was faithful to his calling in his youth and was constantly engaged in self-development. Having become a participant in the Beethoven Festival held in Bonn, the artist became the winner of the first prize established, the Beethoven Ring. By 2005, he had already collaborated with the London Symphony Orchestra and was in collaboration with the Israel and Los Angeles Philharmonic Orchestras. In addition, the conductor began interacting with the German recording studio Deutsche Grammophon, which specializes in releasing records of instrumental music. In 2006, Gustavo made his debut at La Scala in Milan, conducting Don Giovanni. A year later, he led the Vienna Philharmonic Orchestra, performing at the Lucerne Music Festival. He also conducted the Stuttgart Radio Orchestra on the 80th birthday of Pope Benedict XVI. Replacing Mene Javi at a performance with the Gothenburg Symphony Orchestra, Dudamel demonstrated that he masterfully manages the ensemble. It was the artist who headed it later, in 2007. At the same time, the conductor participated in the BBC Proms event. Performing with the Venezuelan Simon Bolivar Orchestra, he won admiration from critics and the public. This year he signed a contract with the Los Angeles Philharmonic. In 2008, Gustavo made his debut with the San Francisco Orchestra. A year later, José Antonio Abreu provided patronage to the musician, making him his protégé. At the same time, the first performance with the Los Angeles Orchestra took place. In September, a rehearsal of Ludwig van Beethoven's Ninth Symphony took place. A group of musicians led by Gustavo performed at a free concert at the Hollywood Bowl, where, among other works, they performed Bolero by Maurice Ravel. Dudamel gave an inaugural concert, at which they played the premiere of John Adams' City Noir and Mahler's First Symphony. In 2011, the orchestra extended its collaboration with Gustavo Dudamel until the 2018-2019 season, when the orchestra celebrated its 100th anniversary. At the same time, the conductor worked with other musicians. Thus, in 2017, he performed conducting the Berlin Philharmonic Orchestra at the Legends of the Rhine concert. The artists performed the Rhine Symphony by Robert Schumann, fragments of the opera Tristan and Isolde by Richard Wagner, the March Berlinaire by Paul Linker and other works. Gustavo Dudamel now. During the coronavirus pandemic in 2020, the Venezuelan conductor, like most artists, made recordings of works performed under his baton available for free listening. He also launched a show on 2 radio stations in which he talks about his favorite examples of music. Lectures were given in Spanish and English. Now the artist is working on releasing new albums and planning tours around the world. Discography: 2006 Beethoven, Symphonies No. 5-7 2007 Mahler, Symphony No. 5 2008 The Promise of Music 2009 Mahler, Symphony No. 1 2010 Stravinsky, Wright 2011 Sibelius, Symphony No. 2, Nielsen, Symphonies Nos. 4-5, Bruckner, Symphony No. 9 2012 Dances and Waves 2013 Mahler, Symphony No. 9 2014 Mahler, Symphony No. 7 2015, Philip Glass, Double Piano Concerto 2016 Modest Musorgsky. Pictures at an Exhibition 2017 The John Adams Edition 2018 Tchaikovsky. The Nutcracker 2019, celebrating John Williams' interesting facts. Son Gustavo Martin has American citizenship, as he was born in the United States. Dudamel starred in a film about the system of training musicians in Venezuela, which was called Tocar y Luca. The premiere took place in 2007. A year later, the CBS channel released the 60 Minutes television show dedicated to the musician. Gustavo fulfilled his dream by giving a concert in Moscow in 2010 with the Venezuelan orchestra. The performance took place over 2 days. At the first, various symphonic works were performed, including Pyotr Tchaikovsky's Fourth Symphony, while at the second, listeners enjoyed other compositions, including Beethoven's Fifth Symphony. In 2017, Gustavo had a conflict with the government. The artist wrote an open letter to Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro. The conductor called for an end to the bloodshed that took place during the demonstration by opposition representatives and to think about the state of the people. The head of the country said on television that the musician did not criticize the government of his own free will, and recalled the support provided to him by the state. Dudamel's tour to the USA in 2017 was cancelled, despite the fact that the youth orchestra had been preparing for it for 3 months.